What's going on everybody, my name is Rico, welcome back to my channel. For those of you that are new here, my channel is about vlogs, series and tutorials. And in this episode I'm going to judge your photos and pick a winner of the giveaway. And what you guys can win is a personalized LED sign. It'll be RGB, this one's just in red, but I'll make sure you guys get the version of which you can change the colors to any color that you like. I'll contact the winner to let me know what he wants, if he wants his name, his Instagram, or if he wants me to design something for him. So without further ado, let's get started. So this is the image that Adam has made. A couple of things that I noticed. The image is of a low quality. You can't really tell what's on the building. And I do like the saturation of the colors, makes it pop a little bit. But the thing is that if you look over here, you can see that something has happened to the image. That's not a bad thing. He sent me a mail telling me that he just started to learn Darktable and GIMP, and that he figured he'd give it a try by combining those programs to edit his picture. So for a starter, he did a very good job. I'll link his Instagram down here so you guys can go visit him, say hello, motivate him to keep doing what he does. I could change how big this image is, so let's put it to 50% to see if it increases a little bit the quality. It doesn't really, it's hard to notice. Let's put it on 100%. That's a bit better, but you can still see these artifacts over here, which tells you that something has been done to this image. So let me put it back to fit the screen. Let's go to the next one. And this is the image of Alessandro. He did a lot with this image. He sent me a long email explaining me what he did. So let me tell you guys as well. The first thing that he did was he went to Darktable and he changed the perspective. The easiest way to do that is by using the perspective correction module. If you don't see it over here, because I've got all the modules in my favorites, please go to more modules and then check them out in the list down below. Let's close it down. Let's open up the perspective correction module. And what that does, it automatically recognizes straight and horizontal lines. And that way you can change the perspective. So for instance, if I choose the horizontal lines, you see that the image is changing a little bit. You have to automatically crop it. And then the image will look a lot better instead of when it's all crooked. So let me reset the parameters, because we just want to use the image as he edited it. The next thing that he did was he made a new crop of the image. So he basically recentered the object, which is the Schweizerische Nationalbank, which is the National Bank of Switzerland. So after he was done editing it in Darktable, what he did was he brought the image into GIMP and he used the Heal Selection tool, the Heal tool and the Clone Stamp tool to just change a couple of things around in the image. One was a person in front of the building, the other one was a wire on the right, then he had a distraction on a sign of a bus that he got rid of, and then he decided to import it back to Darktable. And then what he did was he applied a little bit of tone curve. So this is the tone curve module, and you can adjust the shadows over here, highlights over there to increase the contrast of an image, and you can change the midtones in between. And he did it to just darken a couple of parts of this image. And then he went on and he used the equalizer module. So let's see where that is, which I don't have in my favorites. So let's go to more modules and then find it in the list. So here it is, equalizer, close it down. Now let's open it up. And he used the equalizer module to define better details, especially the smaller details. You can do so by clicking the symbol right here, and you can use sharpen. And that'll sharpen the image. Obviously this is way too much. He already did a couple of adjustments. So just for the sake of this tutorial, let me tune it down a little bit. So let me show you guys a before. There you go. Let me show you guys an after. There you go. So that's something you can do with the equalizer module as well as the sharpen module, by the way. But let me reset the parameter. And then he increased the saturations of the reds and the greens. Now let's say you just want to saturate certain colors like he did. The best tool for that is the color zones module, and then you can find the colors by using the color picker, moving it around. Now watch what happens in this area. So if I move this around, this is in the reds, this is in the blues, the trees are in the green, and if you pull those up, you're increasing the saturation of the green And if you pull it down like so, you're desaturating just the greens. Or basically it's desaturating a lot of colors, but that's just because I made one point. I can always go like this, create another point, and then go like so to create another point to keep all the other colors as is. So now, as you can see, only the trees are being desaturated. So let me reset that parameter as well. Let me close it down. So that's how he did that, probably. And then he exported it as a TIFF, which is a file style that prevents the loss of details and stuff like that. So he made a conscious decision to do that and to send me the TIFF. Alessandro, thank you for everything you've done to the image. It looks absolutely amazing. Let's go on to the next one. And this is the image of my buddy Eric. What's going on, guy? Thank you for sending your image as well. But as you guys can see, he did a horrible job. Obviously, he was joking. He was the first guy to actually send me an entry for the giveaway. He didn't do anything to the image. He just went to paint and just paint everything over. I like his sense of humor, but I'm sorry, Eric, you're not going to win this giveaway, even though you're my buddy. So let's move on to the next one, which is an edit done by Morgan. I hope I say that name correctly. The first thing that I notice is a lot of contrast, but another thing that I've noticed is that he did a fantastic job in removing the crane. Because don't forget, the whole assignment was to remove a crane and to edit the picture as a whole. So basically, if you've edited the picture entirely, your chances of winning this giveaway are much higher. Let's go back to the image. And another thing that I see is that he cut off the tree over here. And I'm not quite sure, but it doesn't look like he did anything with the perspective correction module. So let's have a look with the perspective correction module. Let's see, automatic fit and then automatic cropping, largest area. Can we move this around? No, we can't. Now let's close it down. There you go. So now basically what it did was it changed the perspective of this building, but it cut out some more of the tree. And it cut a little bit from the building off as well. The image is of a low resolution. That doesn't really bother me because I can still read what's in here. So Schweizerische Nationalbank. This image was shot with my phone. I didn't have a RAW for you guys, so obviously it's a little bit harder. So the image is of a low resolution if you ask me. But Morgan, you did a great job on removing the crane. Absolutely one of the best I saw up until now. So let's see what the others did to the image. And the next image has been edited by Oskari. And as you can see, if I have to guess, he used a lot of saturation, but he did cut off a lot of the building and the tree. There's no getting it back to details because it has been cropped. I don't have the XMP file, so I can't check and see what he did. The image is a little bit yellow-like, too much yellow for my taste. So let's see if we can change that with the white balance module. So let's go to preset, camera, and put it on spot. And then let's put the spot on the clouds because that's the widest part in the image. And now let's see a before and after. So this is his part and you can see the change in the stones over here. And let's go with a new white balance. It's a little bit more soft and it's a little bit less yellow. But it makes the image a little bit better if you ask me. Unfortunately, this is of a low resolution as well, so let's go to 100%. That looks a little bit better. And another thing that he did was he did a fantastic job on the crane as well. I can't see any artifacts or anything that tells me that, hey, there has been a crane over here. And that's why it's so sad to see that he cut off a part of the building, because right now, if you look at this image, it just doesn't feel good. So Oskari, you did a great job on the edit. Next time, make sure that you have your subject and you keep your subject in the image. You did a great job on removing the crane, so keep it up. And I hope to see you in the comment section of future videos. Let's move on to the next one. And the next one has been edited by Petit. And what he did was he removed the crane, but I can't really tell anything else that he's done. So he didn't use a perspective correction module. So let's see. If we use it, let's see what happens. Let's put it on automatic cropping, largest area. Let me close down this module. There you go. Now let's see if we crop and rotate this image a little bit. So let's open that one up. 4:5 ratio. It's a Instagram ratio. I'm going to decrease the size a little bit. There you go. Double click it. And let's fit the screen to enlarge it a little bit. And that looks a lot better if you ask me. I'm going to put it on 100% to have a better overview of this image. He did an amazing job in removing the crane, but let me zoom in the image, so I'm going to put it on 200%. And he did a great job on removing the crane. I don't have anything to change. Maybe in GIMP that I would have changed this part over here just a little bit more to make it blend in more with the sky. And most likely I would have got rid of this cloud as well. Other than that, you did a great job, Petit. Thank you for your entry. I appreciate it a lot. Let's move on to the next one, which is the image of Phillip. Phillip did everything in GIMP, but he didn't change the perspective of this image like some others did. So basically the only thing to judge here is how he did on removing the crane. And if you ask me, he did a fantastic job because I can't tell that there has been a crane over here. So thank you for your entry, Phillip. I appreciate it. Just like everyone else, I hope to see you in the comment section of future videos. And now we have 2 more images to go. The first one is from Pierre. And Pierre did a great job on removing the crane as well. And he sent me an email saying that he removed the crane and that he changed the perspective and he changed a little bit of the details. I can tell that he used the perspective module. Unfortunately, the image is of a very low quality. I don't know why, or low resolution should I say. I don't know why, but let's put it on 100%. That looks a lot better, so now I can view the image more clearly. I really like the composition of this. He didn't change anything. The building is almost in the middle. The colors are a little bit dull, but he did enhance some of the details, so he did a great job with that. Pierre, thank you very much. I appreciate your interest. And the final one that we have to review is the one that Tobias sent me, or Tobias. It depends where he lives, but his name sounds a bit German, so that would be Tobias, I hope, and otherwise it's Tobias, so excuse me if I didn't pronounce it correctly, but let's go to your image. And once again, I don't see any artifacts in where the crane has been. He has changed the composition of the image. He has changed the colors a little bit, or so it seems. He did a great job on removing the crane. What he told me about this image in the email was that he used Darktable to change the colors, the perspective and the crop. And then he removed the crane using GIMP. So that's a great way of using both programs at the same time. Both have different purposes, but I completely understand that he decided to do this in GIMP rather than using the spot removal or the retouch model in Darktable. And overall he did a fantastic job. It's a little bit too contrasty for my like, but I do like how he fixed the perspective of this image because it looks really good. He left everything else intact. He made the colors pop a little bit more. So this is definitely a very good edit. And now what you guys want to know is who has won this giveaway. First of all, once again, thank you all for your entries. I had a lot of fun watching your photos, the results that you've made, the emails that you've sent me, a little bit of conversation back and forth. So please continue to do that. If you ever have suggestions for tutorials, if you have questions about Darktable or GIMP, let me know by sending me an email or hitting me up on Instagram as well, and I'll see what I can do to help you right on the spot. But now it's time to decide a winner for you guys, and the winner of this giveaway is this image right here. It's Alessandro's image. Alessandro, congratulations on your win of this giveaway. The whole reason why I think his image is the best is simply because he has sent me a long email explaining me everything that he's done. He removed the crane, he changed the perspective, he removed a couple of distractions in the image. And what I really like is that he used Darktable and GIMP combined to enhance the picture. He did a fantastic job. So Alessandro, once again, great job. Thank you for your entry. And that's it. I hope you guys liked it. Let me know in the comment section down below. I would love to hear your thoughts. And I guess there's just one more thing left for me to say, which is make love to the like button. Consider subscribing if you haven't already. Hit that bell button to be the first to be notified when I drop a new video. And until next time, doei!